Hey, Scott here, Scotty's Animals. Happy Halloween! Well, actually, it's October 30th, the day before Halloween. And I have a day before Halloween tradition that I like to do, and that is, I listen to the War of the Worlds. The War of the Worlds was originally broadcast as a radio play by Orson Welles, and it was broadcast on October 30th, 1938. And if you know the story, then you know that it's a fictional radio play about Martians taking over the world. Now don't worry, it ends with a happy ending. They're able to chase off, well, I don't want to spoil it, but anyways, the world does not end up being taken over by Martians. The humans win. But they broadcast this on October 30th, 1938, and the world freaked out. This might be your first example of a mockumentary where everyone thought it was true because of the way it's presented. Now, some of the radio voices from back then to our ears are a little bit cheesy, but I'll let you listen to it for yourself. I have on my other channel called Scotty's Record Room, I have a review and a little bit of listening to this record. So I know that you can find this on YouTube if you just search, but I'll do my best to put a link to it in the description. But there's probably a number of different versions of this or recordings that people have uploaded to YouTube, so I'll try to find one that's the best quality. But let me put this down here. I treasure this record and I want to make sure it stays safe. Okay, but what I wanted to do for this video is actually go back into the Scotty's Animals archives, and 2 years ago I made a video with Mike here and with Pipsqueak because a lot of people have been asking me, and they still do, especially around this time of year. They say, can guinea pigs eat pumpkin? Now, I had to do some research myself. I had to ask Saskia and people at the rescue, but the answer is yes. In fact, last year, or maybe the year before, people brought a bunch of pumpkins and donated them to the rescue, and we had pumpkins coming out of our ears. But we were able to chop them up and feed them to the piggies, and the flesh of the pumpkin is edible for piggies and for people, but you know, everything within moderation. So I wouldn't give your piggies a giant pumpkin to eat all themselves, but if you do have a big pumpkin, it's going to last a long time in the fridge, and you can give them pieces of pumpkin as a treat, you know, every few days. I wouldn't give them a big huge piece of pumpkin every day, but pumpkin as a treat is certainly fine. So I made this really fun video about the piggies eating pumpkin, and after that video, tacked on to the end is actually my mom's pumpkin seed recipe. So if you like roasted pumpkin seeds, this is a recipe on how to do it. Alright, I hope you enjoy this video. Here it is. What's the matter, Mike? You want some pumpkin? Let's get you some pumpkin. Scotty's Animals, Scott here. Well, it's that time of year again. You see pumpkins everywhere. Can guinea pigs eat pumpkin? Yes, guinea pigs can eat pumpkin, but they should never eat the seeds because they could get stuck in their teeth or in their throat. And the leaves, they could nibble on, but they're really high in calcium, so you want to keep it to a minimum. And pumpkin pie is out of the question for obvious reasons. So pumpkin, you can feed your guinea pig, but you really want to consider it a treat because too much pumpkin can cause bloat and stomach issues. Oh, you couldn't leave them alone for 1 second, could you? Come on. Get out of there. Pumpkin. Here, Pipsqueak, you can have some pumpkin too. See what they're eating? Come on, you're gonna miss it. Oh my gosh, you guys! You're knocking it over! What are you doing? Get out of there! This is why we have a light instead of a fire. What are you doing? Get out of there! There's not enough to fit. Oh! Get out of the pumpkin. Get out of the pumpkin. You both cannot fit in that pumpkin. Pipsqueak. Mike. Mike, are you stuck in there? Come on. Out. Okay, you can go back in. Mike, you ate all the fangs. I mean, you ate all the lower fangs. Mike, here. You're a great eater. This is pretty badass, this whole frame up, huh? Happy Halloween from Scotty's Animals. I wonder what happens if we turn the light off. Ooh. Mikey, how do you like it? How do you like the pumpkin? Oh, I got Mike. Happy Halloween, Mikey. You look super cool in there. Come on, babies. You want to try the pumpkin? Everybody wants to try the pumpkin. Is it good? You like it, Lila? Snoop, you want to try a piece? Come here, little baby. Try a piece of pumpkin. Here you go, Nate Dog. You like the pumpkin, Snoop? Just a treat, you guys. Just a little bit. There you go, Pippi. You want a bigger piece? Here, take it under your house. You like the pumpkin, Gary? Gary! Video shoot's over, come on. You were great, Mike. Alright, this is the pumpkin seed recipe. So if you want to make the best pumpkin seeds ever, you're going to need a real pumpkin. And you're going to need a pumpkin cutter, pumpkin carving tool. Okay, you can get these pretty much any grocery store, dollar store when it's Halloween time. And then you're going to need some aluminum foil to cook the seeds on. And you're going to need a bowl. And of course you're going to need a little bit of oil and salt when we put the clean seeds in the oven. Alright, so let's cut this thing up. So once you've scooped out all the pulp and the seeds, you're going to want to separate the seeds from the pulp. And you can do this by soaking it in water after you get the majority of the pulp and the pumpkin meat out. Soaking it in water will allow the remaining bits of pumpkin strings and stuff to come off of the seeds so that you can put it in the oven. Okay, got the seeds soaking in water, and I am going to add some salt here. Doesn't really matter how much, doesn't have to go crazy, just enough so that the pumpkin seeds are in a salty brine. I'm going to sprinkle salt on them. Whoops. I'm going to sprinkle salt on them when they go in the oven, but I just want to make sure that they have a little bit of evenly distributed salt before I sprinkle the big chunks. And you can get any remaining bits of pumpkin out that you have. But just need to soak in here for a few minutes. After you're done soaking them, strain them and spread them over the foil. Set the oven to 300. And you want to bake these things for about 30 to 45 minutes or so. It's going to depend on the heat of your oven, the size of your oven, how many seeds you're doing at a time. You want to try to spread it into as flat and thin a single layer as you can. And you probably want to check them at 30 minutes. And of course, they're done when they are as roasted as you like them. So if you just like them crispy and still white, or if you like them a little golden brown, also you want to put a little bit of oil. Olive oil is probably best, but all I had was a little vegetable oil, so all I've got is sea salt and vegetable oil on there, and not too much. And I didn't let them dry out. I took them off of being soaked, and I just drained them in a colander, and that's it. So I'm going to check on them in about 30 minutes, and they'll probably need about 15 or so minutes more. Alright. It's exciting. Ooh, look at that. They actually look a little bit more golden brown in the camera than they do in real life. So I'm going to give them another minute or two before I turn the heat off. Or maybe I'll turn the heat off now. You know what? I'm going to taste one. These things have another 15 minutes to go, I bet. So I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm just going to let them sit in here. So yeah, let's turn off the heat. Let's just let them sit in there. Man, they're good. I'm just like, all right, those are real roasted pumpkin seeds, homemade. Basically just a little bit of oil, salt to taste. Man. Super crispy. Are you stuck in there? Mike? You can't live in there. Come on out. Mike, you gotta come out of the pumpkin. It's sleepy time. Come on. Come on. Come out. See your new Heidi. Mike. The video's over. Come on. Come on out. Hey. Come on. Come out. Get out. You can't. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You have to come out. Come on. Come on. Are you stuck? You're too bad to get out. Oh, I love you. Come on. Come on. You okay? Alright. Say thanks for watching.